Pomu explains why she's graduating. I think this is something good to kind of to get to see Pomu's reasonings for graduating. Or obviously she can't share everything, but at least get some insight as to why, I would assume, or a bit more of get a bit more of an understanding. So yeah, let's check this out. Pomu explains why she is graduating from Nijisanji EN.
Huh?
Hello. Hey guys. Explain yourself.
Explain yourself, damn.
Oh man. Sorry if I'm laughing. I'm a nervous laugher. For those who didn't see the announcement.
Oh, that's sad as they didn't see, damn.
Sorry, I haven't cried all morning because I thought the announcement was gonna happen 2 hours later. And so I woke up and I was like, oh shit!
Oh.
So even now is scuffed. I will be graduating January 19th.
No!
Everybody. As you can imagine, it wasn't an easy decision. And I've been going back and forth with myself for months. Like even last night, I was like, oh my god. What if I just tell him no? But, you know, I'm leaving to pursue other creative avenues. And I hope that my next adventure will lead me to more possibilities. And that sounds...
Other creative avenues. Okay. I mean, maybe I guess she wants to go and do more... I mean, guessing from... I don't know if the idea, so... Creative avenues. Maybe, I guess, some creative things that she felt like she couldn't do while being in the company. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like... people, like, you know, talk about, like... Oh, like, specifically Nijisanji, like... being a part of any company, there are some creative things that you have to, like, creative sacrifice you have to make. Any company that you join, there has to be sacrifices, and especially being a part of a Japanese company, because, you know, how, Japanese culture, and based off of Japanese copyright, because the Japanese copyright system is very strict in comparison to, you know, as, like, you're obviously being a Nijisanji EN member, in comparison to, like, the American copyright system. It is night and day. The copyright system in Japan is a lot more stricter, and obviously, because she's a part of a company in Japan, like, that is in Japan, they have to follow that copyright. So there definitely is restrictions on, like, based on the stuff that she can stream, the games that she can play, all of those sort of things that are part of most other companies. And I can understand, you know, being a creative person, being in the company, maybe you do want, you know, you feel like you want more things creatively, because it kind of, like, you know, it kind of depends on the individual and the person, because there are those people that I feel like they don't mind the restrictions and they are okay with the restrictions. Even sometimes I feel like some people may actually like having the restrictions, in the sense of, like, maybe they like knowing their limits or being confined in a sort of certain area, if that makes sense. Having a sort of idea of knowing, okay, what I can do creatively, that sort of system, like, being in a company can work for some people, but for others who sort of have more creative ambitions, being in the confines of a company and being restricted based off of that, and having to, you know, like, ask management and all of these things, and get permission to do things, that can possibly weigh on you mentally. Or it could feel like, you know, you're making content, but you're not able to really make the content that you want to truly make. And for some people, that can be a bit mentally taxing, and honestly, I think for some people also even take the joy out of content creation, you know, because I think a lot of the time with content creation, one of the things why people love content creation being and love being a streamer is the freedom of it. You know, when you're an indie, you can basically do whatever you want, obviously to a certain extent. You obviously can't do certain things, of course, that are like harmful or hurtful to others, but in terms like, you know, like doing creative projects, obviously there's no restrictions on that. You know, there's no upper management they have to go to and these sort of things. So I can definitely understand that. And Pomu does seem like a creative person. I feel like Pomu seems like somebody who does have ambitions and wants to do a lot of things. And I can definitely understand how, you know, being in the confines of a company and being restricted on those things could possibly be a bit mentally straining, that you feel like you can't make the content that you want to truly make.
Like, so corporate. Sounds like the most corporate response I've ever
It kind of
in
does.
my life. Why did I write that? If I'm being completely honest, even reading this now, I'm so sad to leave. Oh god, why? I love everyone here and Ian and everyone that I've met, including, of course, all of you guys. After all the graduations, seeing my friends leaving one by one. I just kept thinking, I don't want my fans to keep going through this.
Oh no.
So I have to keep going and be positive for everyone. But I don't want to get to a point where I burn out. This frustration spiral, so I decided that it would be best if I also get going too.
Okay, so burnout and frustration spiral. So, This is okay. This is my thing though, because if you're getting to that point where you're fleeting into burnout, it's so bad that a break won't help that. You know, because Nijisanji actually has given people extensive breaks. Like Banhada from XID, she said like she works in a I think she said in a community post she had like she's like a corporate job, and that she hardly streams. She does not stream that much at all. Like the last time she streamed, like, you know, she streams very infrequently. So it's like 2 months ago, like 2 weeks ago. It's very infrequent. And says like, I honestly don't think I'll ever revert back to, since I am not a full-time streamer. Even though people balance their jobs and streams consistently, unfortunately I am no longer your 9-to-5 worker. I am your on-call dealing with international time zones working. Yes, so like she has a full-time job, but she's still a part of Nijisanji. And that's honestly kind of like, wow. It's like because she also talked about, you know, frustrations, like meaning that like it's to a point where she feels like for her own Pomu's own health is that she feels like she needs to like actually leave, and not like taking a break could help that you know, spiral into burnout. Because the thing is, there is a difference between, you know, because like some people, you know, you feel like with some people, right, in some situations, burnout is like your battery has ran out of charge, right? And you just need to take a step back for a while and recharge that battery. But for some cases, that burnout is like a candle that is slowly burning to the, you know, it's burning out. And then as it gets to the bottom of it, there's no coming back from that, you know. That I think there's different like cases of like burnout, and it seems like Pomu's sort of you know, the way that she's talking about it seems more severe, and that she was going into like a bad sort of trajectory with that, and that is honestly sad to hear. I mean, it's understandable, like, this job is very taxing. I mean, it does make sense, and she said there's, like, what, frustrations?
It would be best if I also could go to a point where I burn out and have these frustrations.
And she's like, frustration. I mean, I think that it's always like, I mean, I respect her, like, good on her for, I think, realizing that and looking out for herself and really realizing that it's not going to get better. And that I think she very much so gauged that. I think she very much so gauged that her continuing to be in the company, it's not going to help this, like, spiral that's slowly going out of control. Because, like I said, for some people, they might just need to step back. But it sounds like for Pomu, like, being in the company is what's sort of leading to that burnout.
Spiral, so I decided that it would be best if I also get going too. I'm really sorry that I couldn't be giving you any positive news this time. That, you know, my resolve weakened enough for me to make this decision, so...
No, oh my god, no, do not ever say that, like, you're weak. Or, like, you know, oh, my resolve is weak, or, like, I'm not good enough, or I'm not strong enough, or, like, you know, ever, like, I don't think anyone should ever, never, ever, like, think of yourself, like, put yourself down, or think of yourself in a bad light for ever, like, graduating. Like, not at all. Like, you always should put yourself first, and, your mental health is always what's most important, and I don't think anybody's ever weak for feeling like what's best for them and prioritizing their own health and putting themselves first. At the end of the day, this is a job, this is a corporate, you do not own anything, right, to anyone. Honestly, you don't owe your, like, as in, like, to be honest, okay, you do not own your fans to continue mentally hurting yourself or burning yourself out completely, or mentally potentially harming yourself by continuing to stream. Like, don't stream for your, like, don't, you know, like, what I mean, you know what I mean? Like, don't stay in the company for your fans. That's not healthy, and I don't think any of the Pomudachis want that, you know. I think, like, you know, at the end of the day, it is a job, and if the job has become too much for you to emotionally or mentally handle, I think it is best for you to do what's best for you, 100%. You know, and it's like, I don't think, like, you're, like, you know, I don't think anybody should ever say, like, she's weak or whatever, because, like, I see it's the same thing, you know, when you quit a job, you know, you're not weak for doing that, you know?
Overall, I'm so grateful that Nijisanji and you all gave me a chance. I was able to do all that I have here. I don't really ever think of myself as, like, a founding member of EN or anything. At the same time, it's sad and scary to leave where I'm comfortable.
Right, yeah. And that's also a really respectable thing. It's like, you know, yeah, it's hard to get, like, to leave the mother's nest, you know, and take a chance and leave a place where you feel comfortable. It's hard. That's not an easy thing.
And everyone is so supportive and fun. God, I can't read because my vision's so blurry. It's perfect that I'm a fairy because I feel like I'm living in a fairy tale. And there are days I wake up afraid that everything I've gone through was one long, wonderful dream. With everyone's support, I was able to stop working my office job. I could never.
Oh yeah, she did say that, yeah. She did say she quit her office job, right?
To deserve such kindness and generosity from you all. But I feel like I owe you all a lifetime of my gratitude for everything you've allowed me to experience. And I wish I could return it to you tenfold. You are all always wishing me the best, and know that I am always feeling the same for you. Thank you for giving me a chance, and thank you Nijisanji for allowing me to meet such a wonderful group of people. Even though I'm leaving, I'm still so grateful for having been here and the lessons I fear I'll carry with me through my life. I don't regret joining Nijisanji, and I'm happy to have been Pomu Pup of Nijisanji EN's first wave Lazulite.
You know, yeah, it's like a chapter in her life that she's closing. You know.
Collab cafes, featured in karaoke places in Japan, performed on stage, had artists I love and admire draw me. I was made into a marketable plushie, and was even displayed in my beloved Akiba for the world to see. The experiences have been amazing, the ones I'll never forget for the rest of my life. And I hope every now and then, if you see a Metal Gear meme, you'll think of me. Or if you go to Akihabara, you'll think of me. Or if you listen to a song and have the sudden urge to start yelling, Shinzo, fire, fire, you'll
Take it. Oh yeah.
how much energy we had together.
I mean, Diamond City Lights will continue to be iconic.
Well, it was a short, mere 3 years. It really felt so long and fulfilling. I could be just a blip in your life, but if there's one thing to remember, I hope it.
What I'm kind of thinking is these companies, right, are contractual based. So most of the time, I would say you're probably signing a 1 to 2 year contract, and basically what happens in these companies is that you renegotiate your contract or you renew your contract. So I don't know, possibly maybe Pomu was on a 2-year contract and she declined to renew the contract. Obviously, I don't know. Obviously, that could not be the case, but the way that, these things work, it's not as easy just being like, okay, I'm done, bye guys, I'm graduating. That's not how that works, unless the company, terminates your contract. When you're on when you've signed a contract, when that contract time is ending, you give a heads up and be like, okay, hey, I'm thinking of leaving, or maybe there is contractual negotiations again to, re-sign for another term on that contract, and some of those terms on the contract could change, in comparison to the last 2 years. Maybe sometimes in companies, the company has grown over time, so maybe they up your pay or give you more incentives to stay. Those sort of things, how contracts in entertainment industries and things like this work. It's not as easy. Graduating is not as easy. Just being okay, guys, bye, see ya. I'm leaving now. It's not like that. It's definitely not like that at all. So it does take a lot of thought, and it is a process to graduate.
It's to always remember to be your most genuine self, and if you love something passionately, to have no shame in that. When we debuted, being the first to go was so scary. I wondered if anyone would even watch us. Now here I am, and I'm also
the first to leave
all of you to
in
continue
Lazulite 2.
your
No!
Even if you think it's cringe. Be cringe and be free.
Be
happy,
cringe and
'cause that's all that
free.
matters. I'm sorry again for leaving. I'm sorry for all the birthday songs I won't
Don't
get to
be
sing.
sorry, Pomu.
And I'm sorry.
It is so sad though that they did Pomu did the cover with all of them together, and then now only a couple months later she's graduating. That is sad. That is sad. That is sad. That is so sad. That's so sad. Otono Nawa. I'm sorry, I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it, but no. That's so sad.
For the Minecraft adventures that we can't go on anymore. And I'm sorry, but also not sorry. You won't have to deal with my brain rot anymore.
True.
I hope we can enjoy my last weeks here at Nijisanji. And I'm not dying.
It's really.
I hope
it's
that
only 2 weeks.
whatever happens for me next, hopefully one day our paths will cross again. I don't know how that might be the case, but it's just my hope. It's a very strange feeling knowing that in 2 weeks I won't be the person that I've been for so long. I'll never be Pomu Pup of Nijisanji's first wave Lazulite. and instead be just a Pomu. I still have so much more I want to do, and I think you all realize how stubborn I can be when it comes to fulfilling the things I want to do, even if it's to my own detriment. But above all, I'm always wishing for your happiness, much like you all gave me. So maybe writing all of this seems really dramatic and over the top. I'm just a simple anime girl on the internet. But to me, being here actually changed my life in a way that I could have never imagined. And I can sincerely never thank you all enough for what you've done for me. So I'll do my best to keep having fun and bringing smiles to your faces till my last stream goes offline. There's a bit of time left, so let's make the most of it. Love, Pomu. Yay!
Sag. But okay, the way that Pomu talked about this, it does to me sound like she still wants to pursue content creation. It sounds like there are still creative things that she wants to do. So yeah, just by the way that she's talking, it does feel like to me that that she wants to continue pursuing content creation. She wants to continue to be a streamer in a different avenue, in a different place, possibly if that's an indie or whatever. That's the impression I get. Obviously, you're talking about wanting to do more creative things. It sounds like she wants to, do more creative things in terms of content creation. But yeah, let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Keep the speculations to a minimum, okay? So, yeah, but thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. Didn't enjoy this video, please consider liking, subscribing, join the community, trying to build this channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye!